come and make a homemade enrichment toy with a towel. You're going to need some treats, a towel, maybe a toy with some holes in it, some scissors, and of course a dog. Now, we're not just going to be rolling up some treats into a towel. Of course, if you've done that before, it's always a crowd favorite, easy for most dogs, but what we're going to be doing is we're going to be cutting up that towel. Okay, and we're going to be making an array of different type of puzzles depending on your dog's skill level, interests, and all that kind of stuff. All right, so let's dive in. If you haven't already, check out a previous video I made on how to build your own homemade snuffle mat with a towel. Okay, we're not going to go over that tutorial here in this video, so if you want to make a snuffle mat, go check out that video because there are some intricate ways of cutting up the towel accordingly to make a snuffle mat. So I just simply cut up a towel into strips, and here I'm rolling up some treats and putting them into a muffin tin. This is a great beginner option for some dogs who are maybe not super savvy in dissection, pulling things out. All right, if your dog is really into dissecting, as in like they love to pull the stuffing out of the toy, this is a great option. I grabbed a box, of course, you can see my leftover recycling bin enrichment box there, and I'm just cutting some holes into it. Now, I cut these holes a little too big. I just am cutting them to the size of rolling up the towels and putting them into the holes. So I would go a little smaller. I probably went inch to 2 inch, counting rectangles. I would probably go a little bit smaller than an inch. I had to kind of double up these rolls and stuff, but depending on how thick your towel is and stuff, it'll all depend. But this one's going to up the level because your dog has to pull the towels out of those holes. Peanut got really into this, but she was like more into pawing than pulling with her mouth. But if your dog's more of a dissector with their mouth, this could be a really great enrichment option for them. And yeah, Peanut ended up pulling them all out because she just thought it was fun pawing them out, and then she started unraveling all of the towels. I thought it was really unusual that she did that. But that's a really great option as well. And of course, holding the box if you need to, depending on your dog, if they're kind of like freaked out. I grabbed these ROL-EE giant ball and I stuffed it with that. I gave it to Frankie because I felt like he was probably going to be a good dissector. He had a hard time with this. It was because it moves, it was weird, and also he didn't understand the whole towel has a treat in it. He thought the towel was the treat. He almost ran off with it and gobbled it up, but he did a great trade for me, thankfully. I'm like, Frankie, you're a liability, don't do that. I started collecting them, but then finally he caught on to the fact that, like, don't worry, that the towels, are, they're fun, they're smelly and stuff like that, but there's treats inside the towels. So he started to catch on to it. So you can watch him here trying to learn how to dissect it. I kind of point at it, just kind of like being like, hey, yeah, that's the toy. At one point he needed me to hold the ball and stuff, but he was actually quite savvy with this one. I did something with this, like this with Peanut, and she was more using her paws, so she's just batting it around, and then all the towels are falling into the ball, and it was, becoming a thing because she uses her paws more. But if your dog is really into using their mouth and their nose, like Frankie here, Frankie doesn't use his paw a lot. He's a really good snuffler. This is a really good one. So if your dog's really into snuffling and dissecting, these are the enrichment toys for them that are going to really tap into their interests. So yeah, you can watch Frankie here doing this. All right, and then of course, easy, we'll go back to an easy mode. You can just take all those towel scraps, throw them into your recycling box, and make another enrichment box. Though don't worry, all of the labor that you put into cutting those strips will still get used in the future. If you enjoyed these enrichment ideas, we upload enrichment ideas into our treats community. You can become a Kibble Crew member for free. You can check out the link in the bio.